everybody. Here we are. It's Wednesday once again, and we are ready for another book. I hope you're ready for another book. We are winding down here from school. I know that. And a lot of kids are having their graduations, they're having their little school activities. So there's a lot going on at this time, but we're going to go ahead and try and take a little break and read a book here today. We're going to read Dinotrain by Deb Lund. All right, let's get into Dinotrain. And this is from the El Paso Public Library. We're back to their site. They're up and running again here. So we're going to go ahead and take advantage of that right now and try some of their stories they have online. They're loading up the Dinotrain with coal and lumber, oil and grain. And high above the whistle's chord ring dino shouts of all aboard. The dino stoker shovels coal. The flames are under his control. The dino bowler builds up steam. Soon pistons pump a rhythmic theme. Farewell, the dino families cry. With cheers, the dinos wave goodbye. Adventures wait just down the track. We're off, they say, but we'll be back. The engine coughs and dino chugs. The train moves like a line of slugs. We haven't traveled very far. Let's dino push each railroad car. We think we can, the dinos say. Our dino might will save the day. The smokestack coughs out dino soot. They sweat from dino head to foot. The hill's too steep for that much weight, and so they toss the dino freight. Without a load, they quickly climb and reach the peak in dino time. A dark and narrow dino tunnel sucks and spits them through its funnel, and out the chute and down the slide, a roller coaster dino ride. They dino scream and squeal, yippee, and wave their dino arms with glee. When the car tips left or right, they lean way out and hang on tight. Oh no, the dino brakesmen shout. The train won't stop, the trestle's out. And as the bridge is growing near, the joy turns into dino fear. They clamber up and cling on top, unsure of how they'll dino stop. They dino duck and hide their eyes, but then they get a big surprise. They dino rocket off the bridge while train cars fly from ridge to ridge. The train goes on without a crash. We're dino flying, then kersplash. They dino groan, how can it be? We thought this trip was water free. What made us want to dino roam? Let's shake this lake and head back home. They pile aboard a handcar there to seesaw back with dino flair. They dino pump instead of chug and make it home for one big hug. Through dino tight in their embrace, they still find dino dreams to chase. We'll never take another train. But how about a dino plane? The end. The next adventure is now to take the train. Well, from the train to the plane. I chose this little book because a lot of kids like dinosaurs, and this was a fun little story to kind of just hopefully just take a little break in your Wednesday, your week, and I hope the kids enjoyed just reading about dinosaurs, having an adventure. We can all have some adventures here. Right now, we're not traveling too much, but have some fun at home. You kind of come up with your own little stories, play with those dinosaurs, make them a lot of kids have little playful dinosaurs, and they can make their own adventures. But I kind of want to talk about kind of a confusing issue right now for moms and dads. It's the mask issue. We're getting a lot of different information. As you know, the last time I actually touched on this topic, they were requesting that masks be worn for those that are unvaccinated in only certain instances. Well, just recently there's been a few other changes. Now they're stating that the CDC is like, if you're outdoors, vaccinated or unvaccinated, doesn't necessarily mean that you need to wear a mask if you're outside. If you are still going to be in a close proximity to people, particularly those that you're not family or familiar with, you may not know the vaccine status. It's probably just best if you're in those larger crowds to go ahead and wear a mask, even in outdoor. But for most people, it's probably going to be fine to be outdoors without a mask, vaccinated or unvaccinated. CDC has indicated that if you've been vaccinated, you don't necessarily need to wear a mask indoors. Okay, so because you're vaccinated. Once again, if you're family, you don't need to, and your entire family is vaccinated, obviously you don't need to be vaccinated in your home. You can gather in your home with those that are vaccinated. Now, the issue is for the unvaccinated people. They still need to wear their mask. If you're unvaccinated, you still need to wear a mask indoors. You still need to wear a mask when you're in a crowd. Those actually have not changed other than the outdoor activity. Indoor, for vaccinated individuals, they could go without a mask. Now, if you're in a large group setting or you're in with people that you don't know if they're vaccinated or not, I would err on the side of caution. Go ahead, wear your mask. Okay, I do this. I go to the grocery store. I'm vaccinated, so technically I can go without a mask, but I don't know who I'm going to come in contact with. As a precaution, I'm going to go ahead and continue to wear my mask. Vaccinated people can still get the infection. Granted, vaccine is to prevent you from becoming severely ill, and in a hospitalized dying, you can still get infected. Now, I don't want to be the one that gets infected and then pass it on to other people. And as I do take care of children of all different ages and different medical conditions. I have kids with lung issues, cardiac issues. I want to take that precaution so I don't get the infection, even if it's a mild infection, and then potentially pass it on to one of my patients. So this is why I would recommend still wearing your mask, even if you're vaccinated in a setting of a mixed groups of people. You don't know if who's been vaccinated and who's not been vaccinated. So all the rules have been coming out if you're vaccinated. Now, yesterday, the Texas governor went ahead and stated that masks are no longer required in our state, county, local, state buildings, city buildings anymore. Once again, how do you know who's been vaccinated, who's not been vaccinated? You don't know. So err on the side of caution. Go ahead and wear a mask. There's also yesterday announced that the schools are not going to require masks after June. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't wear your mask. Now, if your child has got some medical issues or they feel just a little bit safer wearing their mask, they should still be able to wear their mask, okay? This is not to say that you cannot wear your mask. This is simply saying you don't have to wear your mask. If your child has been vaccinated and they're going to have very little contact and you feel comfortable then without wearing the mask around a lot of other, that is a choice that you have. Now, my recommendation would be continue to be cautious. Wear your mask when you're in a mixed group regardless of vaccination or not. Okay, this is just as a precaution. But some people maybe feel comfortable. All right, and that's going to be your assessment, mom and dad, of how you feel your risks are. Each family is different. You may have family members that are not able to get vaccinated because maybe they're undergoing chemotherapy. Maybe they have an immune disorder that prevents them, or they have a severe allergic reaction. They cannot get the vaccine. So that puts them at risk. So everybody in your family is getting vaccinated. But once again, if you're in a group setting where somebody has the infection, you get it, you may be asymptomatic, or you get a mild disease, still technically you can pass that on to your loved one that's not protected. Without knowing who's vaccinated and who's not vaccinated, it would be best just to take precautions, okay? Small family gatherings, everyone is vaccinated, go ahead, take off your mask, enjoy. You don't have to wear it. But just take those instances when you're in large groups, mix, we don't know who's been vaccinated or not. So go ahead, just take the precautions. All right, now vaccines. I do not have the vaccine here in my office. I had some few phone calls asking if I want to provide it. It's simply a storage issue for me right now because of the Pfizer is the only vaccine that's being permitted to be given to those to 12 and under, and that does require a particular way of storage. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and once we'll figure that out, we'll let you know if we're going to be able to provide it. But the hospitals, Providence hospitals, the children's hospitals, as well as some of the school districts are providing vaccinations for your children. If you have those opportunities, please take advantage of those opportunities for those children that are 12 and older. All right? So I hope this information is helpful for you. If you have any questions, let us know, and we'll try and help you as much as possible. And let's try and still be safe out there, all right? Use caution. Take off your mask when you can so you can feel a little bit, normally feel the air on your face. I know how that feels. But just please still continue to be cautious. We're still getting positive cases. I'm still getting kids with positive COVID and from family members and such. So it's still out there. All right? You all take care. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.